Showtime.
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 Say action.
Action.
On June 30th, 2016, Cruz Davenport was diagnosed with a rare genetic disease called Schimke Immuno Osseous Dysplasia, SIOD for short. From the time he was 9 months old, his parents spent 2 years and visited at least 10 specialists to help put together the puzzle of his varying symptoms. Once they had an answer, they decided to test their daughter Paisley out of precaution since it's a recessive mutation. At the time, she presented no clinical symptoms. On August 24, 2016, it was confirmed that both Cruz and Paisley had SIOD, making them the first siblings in the United States. A 1 in 80 million chance. The news was unbearable for Kyle and Jessica Davenport.
I remember literally my insides, I felt like they were just turning over. Now we'll cry about this. She was napping, and I went into her room. I scooped her up. She was 1.5. I scooped her up out of her crib, and I got down on my knees, and I just started praying. Praying that they were wrong. Praying. And I kept saying over and over and over again, I can't lose both of my kids. I'm not going to lose both of my kids. I called Kyle, and he could just tell by my phone call what I was about to say. He came home, and it was like when we found out about Cruz, our world was shattered. But when we found out about Paisley, it's like you picked up our world and you completely did a 360 and shattered it to 1,000,000 pieces, and you didn't know how you were going to put the pieces back together. She had just made them the first siblings in the United States in a 1 in 80 million chance.
But they knew they had to do something. There was a greater purpose. They had a fire lit inside of them and were ready to take on the world to fight with everything to save Cruz and Paisley. There was no active research on the disease. So it began. Cruisin' for a Cure was founded in 2016 to raise funding for SIOD research. The first thing on the agenda was to find a researcher, and that is where Dr. David Lewis met the criteria. He had previously worked on SIOD with Dr. Boerkoel in the past and was very interested in pursuing research on SIOD at Stanford University. The next step was funding research.
We just want to say thank you to our monthly donors and how much it means to us.
I want to say thank you, and the reason I want to say thank you is because in our situation and what we're going through, we would love for one person to donate all the money and it'd be over. That's not God's plan. God wants us to touch as many people as possible in this blessing, because the only way this blessing is going to happen is through Him. There's no other way. No man can do what needs to be done here, but He can, and He's going to. So, thank you.
From $5 bracelets and t-shirts, enough funding was raised to restart research. A community rallied together to give hope to parents who were told the life expectancy of their children was 9 to 11 years old. In November of 2018, $1 million was raised to fund research. This was a milestone and gave the Davenports hope a cure would be found for SIOD. A monthly donor program began to keep research sustained, with donors ranging from $5 to $500 contributions. Cruisin' for a Cure Foundation was able to send $30,000 a month.
This is basically, a mission field that I guess we have right here, in our backyard. Looking at $6 million, I think Jessica met with Dr. Lewis, talked with him, and he told her that, we've got to raise this money. Of course, I'm sure in the back of his mind, he thought, yes, I'm talking to someone who, they're going to be fired up about it today and tomorrow and maybe next week and next month. But after that, they're going to see what a hard road this is to travel trying to raise this kind of money. And, it'll be like all the others. However, it hasn't been. This girl is probably one of the most driven human beings I have ever seen in my life. Of course, she has the greatest incentive of anyone, or anything, when you're fighting for your children's lives, nothing is, nothing's insurmountable. And she believes she can do it, Kyle believes they can do it, and we believe they can do it.
In 2018, annual fundraisers were put in place. The monthly donor program grew, and Facebook birthday fundraisers were established. Each year, supporters donate to Cruz and Paisley's birthday fundraisers, and this is a huge research boost to be able to take on new and innovative projects in the research lab. Funding continued, and the supporters of Cruisin' for a Cure Foundation are beyond generous. In 2020, everything was moved to virtual fundraising, but still, Cruisin' for a Cure Foundation persevered. A cure had to be funded. Our mission did not stop. Today, on Rare Disease Day 2021, we are excited to announce that over $2 million have been raised. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for giving hope to those suffering from SIOD.
Am I going? Okay. I'm gonna try to get through this. Cruz and Paisley, I wish for y'all to have the best life that you could ever imagine. And I pray that this world gets a little more y'all, because everybody needs to know y'all. Everybody needs that light that y'all shine.